Hi guys, welcome back to another video and back to my financial well-being series. Today we're going to talk about how to basically, when you feel like there is no way out, when you feel like you are in such a bad financial place with debt or just with bad credit and you just don't feel like there's any way out, how to get yourself out of that bad position from scratch, from, you know, being into debt, having no good credit rating and just feeling like there's just no way out. So hopefully this video is going to be helpful, and if you are watching it, then well done, because this is the very first step of admitting it, exposing it, and wanting to get on top of it. So if this is how you're feeling, hopefully you're going to be coming away from this video feeling empowered and in control, and that you are going to be able to get your debt sorted out. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Being in debt can make you feel like there is no way out, like life is hopeless. You may feel like you've failed. It's all of the negative feelings and it's not a nice place to be. And maybe that there's nowhere to turn and that you can't talk to anybody. So firstly, breathe. Just breathe. I bet you haven't taken a breath for so long because you've been so anxious about the position you're in, or that you just have no one to talk to. I'm such a massive believer in the breath and how it can help us feel so much better. I won't do it here and now because it might look a bit odd in a financial wellbeing video, but take some time to do some breathing. Take a really deep breath in for 5 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds and breathe it out for 10 seconds. And just let's start from the beginning. Let's start from scratch. There's no judgment here whatsoever. We're gonna get through this together. As I said, just the action, the very fact that you're watching this video is the first step to your financial well-being improvement, and just getting it out there. Having to admit it is the hardest thing. So what we can do first is get a budget. I know I talk about it a lot because it's that important. So putting your head in the sand is not going to make this go away. It's just going to make it feel harder to deal with, more stressful. Like the feeling of the pressure on your shoulders is just probably overwhelming if you're in bad debt, and that's not a way to live. You need to be facing this head on even, and not putting your head in the sand, because honestly it's just so much harder to deal with when you don't see all the numbers. So with your budget, you're going to be looking at everything incoming, everything outgoing, everything essential, and then stripping everything out that doesn't need to be there. So really looking at your figures, exactly where your debts are, so you have a clear picture of them, exactly what you have coming in to try and pay for them. And then we're going to try and strip this right back down. Obviously, I've got loads of videos here on how to budget and how to manage your money, so I will leave all the links in the playlist. I'll try and pop some on the screen and in the description bar as well for you guys. But for having a budget is going to be the very first step to organising your debt and to paying it off. So work out what is the minimum that you can live on, what is the absolute minimum that you need to have in your bank to live on, and the rest of it can either go to paying on your debt, or we're going to try and work to saving up a pot of an emergency fund as well and building up that credit rating. Next up, we're going to be open and honest with our debtors. So that means picking up the phone, facing these people. They're not monsters. They are people like you and I sat in an office, and they just, you know, are doing their jobs. So face them, talk to them, explain your situation, explain that you are, you know, having financial difficulty, maybe you've lost your job, maybe you aren't able to work, and we're just gonna organize our debt really, because if you don't face it and you don't talk to them, how do you even know where to start and how to pay it off? The idea of this is to organize an affordable fixed price that you are going to pay off your debt. It may well be that you want to take it out of the bank and actually go direct to a debt charity, something like Step Change or CAP. They're fantastic. I cannot tell you how many people recommend Step Change in our Facebook group, which is Budget Best Life, which, by the way, is the most supportive community I've ever seen on Facebook. I set this group up last year when I was going through my no buy year, and I wanted somewhere to have an extra place to talk to my community and to get to know them and them to get to know each other. And it's just become more than I can ever have hoped for. Everyone is so supportive. There's no pressure, there's no judgment. People, it's very rare that people don't have debt these days, so you are not alone, and that is a fantastic community over there. So do think about joining if you'd like to come on board. But having that charity can take the pressure away. So it may well be that you do want to just consolidate all your debts and get them to deal with it for you. There's no stress with debtors calling you up constantly all over the place. You've just got one place. They're going to organize affordably what you can afford to do to pay back, and it's all going to be consolidated as well. So there's different ways that they may deal with it. You should shop around because it's not one size fits all. They may well want you to go bankrupt, or they may well want you to do an IVA or something like that you might not be happy with. So shop around and find someone that suits how you want to manage it. This way you could potentially have the interest frozen as well, so everything you're paying off is actually paying off the debt. This should just help relieve the pressure that's on you, because it's all being dealt with by one person. You don't have to talk to the banks or the debtors, and they will deal with that for you and then work out your affordable payment plan. It's now time to tell your friends and family, your loved ones, your partner, whoever it is that you are, maybe you live with. You need to talk to them. Don't be afraid to talk to them. I know it can be the most awful thing to have that conversation about, but they may even be in the same position. They may be able to help you. I'm not saying financially, just with support and just opening up to people. Maybe the first step is to watch this. The second step is to join the Facebook group where you realize you are not alone. This is not uncommon. Then maybe you'll have the confidence to go ahead and tell your loved ones too. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, do think about subscribing to my channel. I upload 3 times a week and I'm sharing loads of financial wellbeing videos. I've done tons of videos here on this channel in the past, so just click down in the description bar and there'll be lots of links for you. Saving money, getting out of debt, budgeting, and everything else as well aside from money. So I'd love to have you here, guys, and like the video as well. I think it's that side if you're enjoying it, just to help more people find it that might find it useful. So you've got your action plan now of how to repay this. You've got your budget. You've taken your head out of the sand. You know exactly what you're dealing with. You've got all your numbers figured out, and hopefully you should be feeling a little bit more encouraged here that you've got an actionable, digestible plan, so it doesn't feel like this massive debt overwhelming, lots of people calling you, and it's like hiding the phone from your partner, and it's just a stress that you don't need to add to the already stressful situation. So potentially now, could you look at earning more money? So maybe a side hustle, maybe you've got a skill, maybe you could sell something that you already own, or you could try and build on your skills. So there's websites out there that you can build skills or learn new skills and just use that as an extra income. So I've done loads of videos on side hustles. I've got tons of ideas. Again, they will all be on my channel if you want to search for them. Every kind of side hustle you can think of, and loads of them are from home as well, so you don't have to worry about going out to work if you've got children at home, or maybe you're a single parent and you can't leave your children. You can do so many of these from home, and hopefully you can try and earn a little bit of money. And like I said, if you can't do a side hustle, potentially you're not well enough, then maybe you could sell something, or even just an online service. There's lots of websites like Fiverr, people per hour, that you can sell your service. Maybe you could be a VA to someone from home if you're organized, and maybe you could do that sort of thing for them. It doesn't have to be something that you have a traditional qualification in. You might just be like really good at organizing and you want to organize people's homes for them or clean for them or something like that. There's loads of different ways. So I'll share the side hustles maybe up here if I remember. If not, it'll be in the description. Next, do not take out more debt to pay for your debt or to buy new things. I kind of live by the mantra, if I can't afford it, I can't have it. So don't take out debt to pay for something, or hire purchase to pay for something that you can't afford. You just have to save for it and wait for it. And when you do get it, it'll be all the more sweet, I can tell you that much, because you've saved for it and you've earned it. I just think it's very easy these days to take out debt to pay for things, get credit for something, when actually, if you just have that mantra of, well, I can't afford it, I'll have to wait until I can, it does stop you buying things because you just can't afford them. So I really hope these tips have been helpful and you're coming out of this video feeling empowered and encouraged and like you're not alone. As I said, this is the very first step, so congratulations for being so brave to watch this video and to, tell yourself and admit to yourself that you have got a problem, or you need to find some way of managing your money better, because it can be so easy just to put your head in the sand and just carry on and just hope that it goes away, but it doesn't. You have to really face it. And yeah, I really just want this to be an encouraging video, and hopefully it has been. Don't forget our community on Facebook, Budget Best Life is so brilliant, and you'll surely find there's lots of people in the same position as you, and they're all there to support you guys. There's loads more videos here to come on this channel, so do not forget to subscribe and give it a like if you did find it useful, and maybe you'd like to share it with other people to help them as well. As I said, you've taken the first step, so well done, and hopefully 2022 is going to be a much happier year for everybody, and there's lots to look forward to here on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you so soon. Take care.